And I think the next slide shows some of the more recent ones that actually did that for us.
Yeah, we had Airbnb, DoorDash, Snowflake. I actually want to skip ahead to this next one. It's as if you read our mind. Rocket Mortgage is one of the most asked questions in our chat. Walk us through RKT here.
The last time I was on, I showed a chart, and I said there was a mystery stock that looked a lot like Rocket Mortgage. You remember that chart? And I said, which one was it? It turned out to be Google, right? Well, I think we top ticked it that day. I don't remember. I think we appeared this day, right? And then the next day, they proved me very quickly wrong. Like, this ain't Google. It went right down. This was a very short IPO advance. I mean, it IPO'd over here, closed over here day one right there, and it moved on up over $34 a share in just over 3 weeks. It quickly came down and started to form what we call the institutional due diligence phase. And Rocket almost did what most IPOs do. It almost undercut the day one low. It didn't quite. It got really close, but it didn't quite undercut it. And then it's just started going sideways and it's bouncing around. It's been bouncing around between $18 a share and as high as 24 for a very, pretty good long period of time, from mid-September, whatever, to right now, December. So you're looking at almost 4 months of sideways action. This is normal. You want to see this. People who are interested in Rocket Mortgage, if you didn't buy yet, if you were patient, you are going through what we call the institutional due diligence phase. And what you want to see is a continuation of sideways action to slightly up. And then you want to see it burst above some of these more recent highs, like in mid-October. And then it's going to hopefully rise into what we call the turbulence zone. And the turbulence zone is that area of the old high. And I kind of highlighted with 2 arrows going across. So it's a little bit above 34, the old high, to maybe in the 30 area where it used to kind of get stuck in that first 3 weeks. The stock, I'm guessing, would go to that level, bounce around the turbulence zone, and then you want to see it burst out of that turbulence zone in heavy volume, and that's the buy. That's when you get the institutional advance phase. So you want to be patient and wait until it gets back above the turbulence zone. You might be able to play a short-term play above the old high of October if it goes above that, but be ready for some give back in the turbulence zone where it might rock around a little bit.
Okay, you hear that, everyone? And I know Jason's in our chat. Eric Krull, who studies IPO, says this is normal. Everybody relax. Relax with this RKT stuff. Okay?
But again, and I just want to say, stocks don't have to do anything. So stay diversified. Not every stock, has to go up here. And, I own some Rocket. Again, this has been, like, I look at my portfolio, and this is one of the only losers. But I mean, you can't win on everything 100%. Stocks don't have to do anything. So Eric's saying, you wait until you start seeing the stock go up, as opposed to trying to buy down here. And, the stock continues to go down. So in Eric's case, he won't go long if it doesn't start going and start showing some life, right, Eric? It's, you want this thing to start showing life before you start to get into it.
Dennis, you're exactly right. And the other thing is, what could happen is Rocket Mortgage, maybe, who knows, they announce earnings, it undercuts the whole base they're building now and goes lower. We don't know. What you want to see is, if you think it's going to act like a long-term leader, you want to see it bounce around in this area, continue to go sideways, and then up, and then burst through the turbulence zone. It doesn't have to. It could be like pot bellies, which never got out of this area and just kept going down.
Well, Eric, are you applying these same rules to SPACs?
Yes. The difference is you don't really have what you call the IPO day one close, because a SPAC will go mostly sideways until some deal is announced. And then you look at the close after the deal is announced. And what I'm finding is they act very similar after a deal is announced. And in fact, many of them will go a quick advance, and you have to use fast rules. So the ones I look at, you can't believe how many come back 50% or more after they hit a peak. And then they might come back again, like DraftKings. If you were to pull up DraftKings, you would see, that had a fantastic advance. And then there was a real bad 50% pullback. Now it's coming back to life again. But if you didn't use fast rules, you might have seen you had a great advance, and then, a big give back.